People of Nagaland along pay their final tributes to civilians killed in Oting firing tragedy during a mass funeral service in Mon on Monday. Sent to provide an ex gratia assistance of Rs 11 lakh and the state Rs 5 lakh to kin of the deceased. Nagaland goes to a standstill in order to pay solidarity with the victims, bereaved families and the Naga brethren following the killing of innocent lives in the Assam Rifles operation in Oting village on December 4. People of Nagaland along with different organizations, unions and tribes condemns the atrocious act of the Assam Rifles by taking out candlelight march across the state. Demands for removal of controversial ASPA Act. Union Home Minister Amit Shah makes statement in Lok Sabha on the firing at Mon in Nagaland. Shah says that the centre is keeping a close watch on the situation and security forces asked to be careful in future while conducting operations. Naga Students Federation appeals to the state government to cancel all activities of the remaining days of 22nd Hornbill Festival to show grief and pain for what had happened on 4th December at Oting. Also appeal public and various organizations to restrain from any participation in the festival. And now the news in detail. As the whole nation mourns for the unfortunate incident that took place in Nagaland, a mass funeral service in Mon town was held on Monday morning in honor of those victims who lost their lives in the tragic incident that took place on December 4.
Situation so bad army guilty korise.
Mon holds mass funeral in honor of Oting victims. Tearful audio to sons of the soil. Thousands of people gathered to pay final tribute to 14 civilians. CM Rio and Deputy CM Y Patton attends funeral service. Killing of civilians rocked the entire nation on December 4. Massive protest witnessed across Nagaland. People demand removal of controversial AFSPA. Thousands of people gather in Mon to pay their final tribute to 14 civilians who lost their lives in an ambush on December 4. On that ill-fated day, while they were returning home from work, the Assam Rifle Jawans shot them suspecting to be militants. They were not insurgents, but the security forces thought they were. The incident just sent shockwaves not only to the state, but the entire nation was jolted when reports surfaced. Chief Minister Nafurio rushed back to state from New Delhi midway of his visit. Today, the scene was overwhelming. People were in tears, while bodies of those innocent civilians were lined up and people were paying homage to those innocents. CM Nafurio, while attending the funeral, stated that the Nagaland government will be providing an ex gratia of Rs 5 lakhs each for the families of the deceased. While he also announced that a compensation of Rs 11 lakhs will be handed over by the Government of India, along with a government job according to their qualification.
First to Kali Puzude Amit Shah, Union Home Minister Amar Logode phone person. Nagaland situation biase kinagase. Nagaland situation so balase. Army guilty korise, innocent civilian ke marise. Amak antu law and order control korobole, security dibule thakise, tar khani law and order create korise, ki korobo? Koi kena argument kore. Nagaland to peaceful state, aru younger generation with future thakibole, itu dead body khan osorde amakhan, aru apna khan osorde, aru Thank you and God bless.
The funeral service was attended by people from near and far. Konyak Students Union, Chief Minister Rio, Konyak Women's Association, Eastern Naga Union, Eastern Naga Women's Association, ENPO, Eastern Baga Students Federation, where all of them condemned the action and asked for justice to be delivered. As the entire Nagaland is demanding to revoke the controversial ASPA 1958, the voting killings will always remain as Black Day in the history of Nagaland and Indian democracy. Today, the entire world stands together with Mon and Nagaland and demands justice for the innocent victims. With video journalist Zutan, Aramachomi's report from Mon for Nagaland TV. Given the distressing atmosphere in Mon district following the killing of innocent lives in the Assam Rifles operation in Oting village on December 4 and the prevailing disorder in the state, various organizations have made a clarion call for Bandh in different regions of the state in order to pay solidarity with the victims, bereaved families and the Naga brethren. Nagaland stands in solidarity with Konyak Naga community. Entire state observes ban over gruesome killing of civilians. Nagas condemn dastardly act of 27 Assam Rifles. The Dimapur Chamber of Commerce and Industries called for a 12-hour total shutdown of all business establishments within Dimapur district from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. on 6 December 2021 as a symbol of solidarity with the victims' families. The Dimapur Naga Students Union also called for a 6-hour ban in Dimapur on Monday as per directives of the Naga Students Federation. The entire Dimapur city wore a deserted look on Monday as the whole of Nagaland stood with the Konyak community at the time of mourning. All the shops in different junctions in Dimapur had their shutter closed, respecting the regulations given by NSF.
Actually, we are protesting this band in compliance with the directive of the NSF. Since we are also the subordinate body of NSF, and we just wanted, why we are doing this plan, and we wanted to appeal the public also. It's good like if they can also cooperate along with this ban, because this is all for the cause of the Nagas. Because we are just trying to show the resentment which was meted out to our fellow Nagas at that Uting, that is which is at Mon. Itu kuan is family members kan karne, itu bichire tate laga manukan, Uting la villagers kan karne. Amen Naga manukan bi, all over Naga, all Naga people inhabited Naga inhabited areas te kiman jun ase, sob manobra apni alo de ase de. Amen itu duk sa we totally and we strongly condemn the act which was meted out by the armed forces to our people. And moreover, this Armed Force Special Power Act should be revoked immediately, because itu thakabra since 1950s they are treating our Naga peoples inhuman treatment act kore ase. Tagan amen mercilessly even our mothers and sisters tahan gibi cases amen bi jani ase bishi inika ase. So we won't tolerate this kind of things. So lastly, we totally condemn the act which was meted out by the Assam Rifles to our own fellow Naga brothers. Itu bichire they are the security of us security personnel, but whereas we are scared of them because we have a fear psychosis as from the very inception. Military, when we see them in uniform, we are scared of them because the fear psychosis it has been instilled since the past because of this act. It will act to at the earliest revoke koribo lage. And I also appeal our government, our state government, to kindly itu lagade focus korina, emphasize korina, itu lagade deliberate korina, at least try to be with the public in this kind of situation. Thank you.
In order to pay solidarity with the victims of Oting incident, the Naga Students Federation, along with the Angami Students Union, has also called for 6-hour ban on Kohima on December 6 from 6 a.m. to 12 noon against the massacre. The ban was imposed to demand for repeal of Draconian Armed Forces Special Powers Act 1958. However, medical emergencies, police,
weddings with the commuters carrying wedding cards, attending funerals, and students appearing for various exams and other emergencies were exempted from the purview of the ban. The entire city was isolated and empty, and walls along the road were covered with banners bearing slogans.
While paying tribute and our solidarity to our innocent Konak Tanga brothers here at this big junction, this morning one of Lieutenant General along with Lieutenant General along with two of his escorts had came down. Beforehand we have clearly informed them. Ajidu itu 6 hours bandu. School students, emergencies, our hospitals can do man bombi gran hoy. Ami kan itu innocent brothers, our conduct innocent civilians. Tangke ine tribute gua time de army kan inega ahine ine gua man ge bisi. We feel very pain. Man ge to bisi salase. Nagas have the right to live in peace. The SIT, the Special Investigation Team, should and must dispense fair judgment against the India Armed Forces massacres of our innocent Naga brothers at Oting village under Mon district. Situation is takan is ekdom ahine oversmart kushe man bisi kusa tushe tahange. We even went to the extension of burning their vehicles. Holbi man last to jabi nohile situation diktar hobo ina wa piside tahan aru agide tahan tank to holbi taunde gari yata khilbi tank holbi jabo ina kushe holi ami khan itubi ekdom tahange maniu dianai tahange yeda ise aru yata wapas pathai dishe.
The Ao Senden has also demanded ban on Mokokchung district on December 6 from 6 a.m. to 12 noon. The Tobu Area Students' Union has also imposed a 12-hour ban within the Tobu subdivision from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. on December 6 as a sign of condemnation against the inhuman genocide committed by the Indian security forces. The Chang Tribal Council has also imposed a 12-hour total shutdown in Twensang town from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. on December 6. During the ban, district administration, medical emergencies, educational institutions, fire and emergency, media and police were exempted from the purview of the shutdown. The Lota Hoho has also declared a 6-hour ban within Wokha district on December 6 from 6 a.m. to show condemnation and solidarity with their Konyak brethren killed at the Oting incident. The cowardly and dastardly act carried out by the 21 Assam Rifles has drawn widespread criticism from every nook and corner of Nagaland and beyond. The loss of innocent lives due to assumption is too huge a price to pay, and no amount of money and government job can do justice. The public have only one demand in this incident: to book the culprits involved and serve justice as per the law of the land. Bureau Report, Nagaland TV.
In solidarity with the cold-blooded killing of the innocent at the security forces operation at Oting village, Mon district, which led to the killing of 14 lives, candlelight vigil were observed across Nagaland on December 5th evening and will be observed on 6th of December as well. The people of Nagaland, along with different organizations, unions and tribes, condemned the atrocious act of the Assam Rifles by taking out candlelight march across the state.
Nagaland mourns in solidarity for Oting victims. Candlelight vigil held at different districts of Nagaland. December 4, 2021, to be remembered as Black Sunday. Nagaland condemns December 4th incident. NSU Guwahati organizes candlelight vigil at Nagaland House, Guwahati.
candlelight vigil to show solidarity. Nagaland expresses support towards victim of Oting village. The whole of Nagaland is mourning after the night of 4th December, which has left everyone having shivers down their spine. Several organizations have called candlelight vigil to stand in solidarity with the cold-blooded killings of the innocents by the security forces. Konyak Union along with 5 Eastern Student Union observed candlelight march at Kisama Heritage Village starting from the Konyak Morung at 4:30 p.m. on Sunday. The NSF has also implored that all Nagaland students should observe candlelight vigil at their respective regions from 7 p.m. on Sunday. The Dimapur Naga Students Union and Dimapur Eastern Naga Students Union in collaboration KUD and ENPUD has also organized a candlelight vigil at Supermarket Dimapur at 6 p.m.
I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude coming here to show our solidarity towards our Konyak brothers. This day should mark as the saddest day, a black day. The 4th of December 2021 is like a black day, not just for the Konyak brothers, but for the rest of the Eastern Nagaland and for the Nagas.
Indian Army Amikhan nalage gona kobo pare. Matlab to kile friends of the Hill people gona ase. Taikan hosabra naga manu khanje friends kurole aishna manuge murabole aishe. Itu ase. Itu garni Amikhan sobra iki logode hat milai kina naga manu to ekta ase gona Amikhan dekhai diwa lage.
They are not supposed to kill. They are also human. And we, Nagas, we are also human like them. They have no right to kill the people. It's very sad. We condemn the thing which the Indian army has done to us. Mondi Kandia Sede. We are crying. We are weeping. So we demand government of India to take immediate action.
In Assam as well, the Jensu observed candlelight vigil at Nagaland House 6 Mile, Guwahati at 7 p.m. on the night of December 5th. People of Twengsang along with Confederation of Chang Students Union on 5th of December at Clock Tower, along with many other people in different parts of Nagaland and even in some parts of Northeast, held candlelight vigil for the fallen lives. Candlelight vigil was also hosted by Yimkung, Akiro Arihako and Western Yimkung Students Union as well on Sunday at Ol, Shouba village. Many parts of Nagaland are witnessing candlelight vigil on the 6th of December as well. Konyak Union, Kohima and Tobu Town Student of Nuwan District and Tobu Village Student Union also holds candlelight vigil in remembrance and solidarity of the deceased civilians. The whole of Nagaland is mourning after the night of 4th of December, which has left everyone having shivers down their spine. The killings of the 14 innocent lives in the Oting village by the Assam Rifles has led to public outcry, and people are on the streets praying for the deceased souls and for justice to be served.
When we heard the news last night that our people are being killed by the Indian Army, it really broke our heart. We, the Konyak Students Union, we asked help from the other Eastern students' body. And thank you so much to all the other 5 students' union body for helping us. An army, they were enforced here to protect us. But why are they killing our people? Why? Are they treating us like animals? We should ask the central government to remove these armed forces. If not now, when do we stand? When will we stand? We should stand together. We should demand the removal of the army forces.
Bureau Report, Nagaland TV.
The Naga Students Union Delhi Eastern Naga Students Union and Naga People's Movement for Human Rights organized a candlelight vigil in Delhi on Monday evening to pay solidarity to the victims of voting incident and their bereaved families. The candlelight vigil was attended by various students' organizations headed by their leaders as a mark of protest over the gruesome massacre in Mon district of Nagaland by 21 Para Special Force and Assam Rifles.
And some of you among the crowds can kindly volunteer yourself to please come and sacrifice or maybe lend your candle in the front here. Maybe you can just leave your candles here and the rest you can keep holding on to the candle that you have.
Amid the growing clamor to revoke ASPA Act, Home Minister Amit Shah made a statement in Lok Sabha today on the firing at Mon in Nagaland that left 15 people, including 14 civilians, dead. Home Minister Amit Shah said that the centre is keeping a close watch on the situation in Nagaland. He said that Assam Rifles had specific input about extremist movement in vehicles in the area. The forces opened fire on the occupants of the vehicle as they did not stop when the security personnel asked them to stop. Army has regretted the death of the civilians. Later, the Assam Rifles camp was attacked and the security forces had to fire in the self-defense, resulting in a civilian casualty.
तिरु गांव के पास उग्रवादियों की आवाजाही की सूचना मिली थी। इसके आधार पर सेना के 21 पैरा कमांडो के एक दस्ते ने दिनांक 4/12/2021 की शाम को संदिग्ध क्षेत्र में एम्बुश लगाया था। एम्बुश के दौरान एक वाहन एम्बुश के स्थान के समीप पहुंचा। उसे रुकने का इशारा और प्रयास किया गया। रुकने की बजाय वाहन द्वारा उस जगह से तेजी से निकलने का प्रयास किया गया, जिसके उपरांत इस आशंका पर कि वाहन में संदिग्ध विद्रोही जा रहे थे, वाहन पर गोली चलाई गई, जिससे वाहन में सवार 8 व्यक्तियों में से 6 व्यक्तियों की मृत्यु हुई। बाद में एक गलत पहचान का मामला पाया गया। जो 2 लोग घायल हुए थे उन्हें सेना द्वारा ही इलाज हेतु नजदीकी स्वास्थ्य केंद्र में ले जाया गया। यह समाचार प्राप्त होने के बाद स्थानिक ग्रामीणों ने सेना की टुकड़ी को घेर लिया, 2 वाहनों को जला दिया और उन पर हमला किया। इसके परिणाम स्वरूप
After the tragic incident in Nagaland, Lok Sabha MP and NDPP leader Tokhiho Yeptumi addressed the lower house of the parliament. Yeptumi revealed that the details of the incident and said that the villagers set fire between the 3 vehicles belonging to the armed forces. He further added that when the fire started burning, the armed forces indiscriminately fired on the villagers. Yeptumi further added that 7 villagers were killed and 14 others were injured seriously. MP also sought compensation for the deceased in the violence.
On the way. And it is said that what had happened the day before, yesterday night, at 16:10 past, a group of daily wage laborers working in Tiru coalfield were returning to the village by a tipper truck, where there were 8 of them. The 21 paratroopers were waiting on the way, and it is said that they got the information that some NSCN care undergrounds are moving in that vicinity. And they got the information that the undergrounds were moving in 2-3 vehicles. But whereas those diseased people, they were moving in only one tipper mini truck. So when they approached these 21 paratroopers, they discriminately fire upon them and kill 6 of them on the spot in the body of the mini truck, and the other two were seriously injured. It was in the close vicinity of Oting village, and the Oting village is not in Myanmar border. It is in Assam-Nagaland border. So the villagers heard about the gun shooting, and then they went to see the incident that had taken place in that place. The body of those slain 6 laborers were shifted to another mini truck and wrapped under the tarpaulin. So where they were, since the blood stain was in the ambushed vehicle, they searched for the dead body and they found beneath the tarpaulin. So the villagers agitated and tried to take back the dead body, and there was a scuffle between 21 paratroopers and the villagers. The villagers set fire on 3 vehicles belonging to security forces. So when the fire started burning, the vehicle, they indiscriminately again fired upon those villagers and killed another 7 of them and injured 14 of them seriously and 8 of them sustained minor. Their paramilitaries should have ascertained about the presence of the militants, and also since it was only 1 vehicle, they should have stopped the vehicle and identify those laborers. But they were killed in that manner. It is not by the Assam Rifles, it was by 21 paratroopers who are stationed in Assam. The commander of 21 paratroopers and
Following the gruesome killing of 14 civilians in Oting village on December 4, on Monday, Naga Students Federation President Kegwen Hugh Tep appealed to the state government to cancel all activities of the remaining days of the 22nd Hornbill Festival to show grief and pain for what had happened on 4th December at Oting. While addressing a press conference at its office, Tep appealed to the general public and various organizations to refrain from any participation in the festival if the government is adamant on their appeal and still go ahead with the scheduled Hornbill Festival program. He further said that the Nagas cannot enjoy a festival at this time of grief, notably during the 6-hour total shutdown called by NSF. There were confrontation in 3 places between the volunteers and armed forces in Kohima, Dimapur and Maluri. However, the situation was handled with no casualties reported. Tep further pointed out that the armed forces showing disrespect to the total band called by the NSF was a clear message to provoke the peaceful band. Furthermore, demanded to the state government to sit for a special session and discuss on the repeal of ASPA in the state and show how serious they are to the general public.
Of festival, Hornbill, at this time, where we feel that if our brothers, if our neighbors are suffering, if they are crying, I think at the moment, Naga cannot afford to celebrate or have a joyous moment, for which we appeal to the state government to cancel the remaining days of the Hornbill Festival. And if government fails, and if government is adamant to the call of the Federation, we appeal to the general public and the Naga society to feel the pulse of the family members who have sacrificed their life and to reframe them.
In the recent gruesome killings of innocent public at Oting and Mon Town by the Assam Rifles on 4th and 5th December have drawn widespread criticism against the Indian government from regional, national and international communities. NLTV on Monday hit the streets and asked the public to share their opinions on the recent incidents that occurred on December 4 and 5. Let us listen to what the public have to say about the incident.
Itu ekte eman duk pase student ase moi kali kakos pi puro banana itu situation iman bia hogina mon aro as a public mon give peace lage jaga de mon bi exam de ase eman shanti pura puro lage mon bi olive inga itu special act itu army kan ke digina mohan public ke man diktar jase aro student kan be at the same time everyone is getting affected.
Kali persong munde ki use mohan sob jane aro itu mohan be mun bika ase aro itu APSPA itu government of India itu Nagaland de hatai tili pal ho.
Kali persong amnyambi chanya se mondi ki use kokai phakan murina se na amnyambi mondu kase.
Itu monde ki incident nishe itu pishi mundu kase amyan iki alak tribe ina hulimi mon sob we are all brothers living in our same state, so we regret and we feel so pity for the Piria family also, and I also condemn the security forces, those who were in charge in that particular area, and I have heard that even after killing the first vehicle that were carrying some people, they even I heard that second some villagers came after hearing the gunshots, and even that also I think.
The Nagaland Adventure Club has informed participants, patrons, co-hosts and villagers involved that the second edition of Great Hornbill Adventure Trail GH80 2021 scheduled for December 7 to 9 stands cancelled due to the volatile situation arising from the killings of civilians in Mon district of Nagaland by the Indian Army Special Forces, and in showing respect for the grieving Naga public, the NAC stated that it is a time for mourning and not for recreational activities. NAC condemned the unprofessional, sadistic and bloodthirsty act of the para-commandos of the Indian Army. The club mourns the death of all those killed and stands in solidarity with their families, the Konyak people and Naga in general. NAC appealed to all concerned to bear with the inconveniences. In order to show solidarity with the victims murdered by the Indian security forces at Oting village, the leaders of various NGOs of Tobu area along with Konyak Union, KNSC, TTSU and TVSU have organized candlelight vigil at 5 p.m. in local ground Tobu town. The program will be chaired by A.M. Ampe, Vice President TTSU, while the invocation prayer will be said by Pastor NCRC Tobu. The solidarity note will be given by Vice President Konyak Union Tobu, and prayers for the victims will be said by Pastor TTBC. In lieu to the incident killing of public by Indian military at Oting village on December 4, Musica Festival, which was supposed to be held in December 7 to 9, is now postponed in view of Oting incident. Alabonaga, while addressing media, informed that the new date has not been declared yet. However, the organizers will plan for a date at least after 10 days. He further appealed to the government to revoke the ASFA 1958 Act.
Equally devastated, we are equally sad like anyone. It's not just the Nagas but people around the world mourning for this, and we are all coming together doing this postpone because we respect the sentiment of the people, we respect what is happening. Our only message is we want to tell the world that we are a peace-loving people. Please take away the disturbed area take from us. We don't need that. When you look around Northeast, look at Nagaland. It's been many years. Yes, those days we all know what happened those days. But now when you see after the ceasefire, everything is so fine, and we still get the disturbed area attack. And please take it away. And also the AFSPA, we request the government to repeal and revoke AFSPA. We don't need that. We are peace-loving people, and we abide by the law, and we are, we just.
Video that surfaced in social media claiming to be the victims of the outing incident proven to be fake. The video, which went viral and showed coal miners singing and using shovels as instruments, claiming to be the victims of outing incident, are no genuine. Notably, the people in the video are still alive and resides at Wetting village, Mon. We can't deny the fact that the victims also had similar moments like this, singing and enjoying during their break, unaware of the tragedy that awaited them. A tragedy that's unforgivable and demands justice, a tragedy that shook the entire nation and Nagaland in particular. A 4-member Congress delegation headed by All India Congress Committee's General Secretary Jitendra Singh is scheduled to visit Nagaland and take stock of the situation post the killing of 14 civilians in 21 para special forces firing on December 4 evening. The other members of the delegation are Dr. Ajoy Kumar, party in charge of Nagaland, and MP Gaurav Gogoi and Anto Antony. The delegation would visit Nagaland and report on the matters related to the firings. Thereafter, the delegates will submit its report to Congress President Sonia Gandhi in a week. In lieu to the innocent killings of public by Indian military at Outing village on December 4, Dimapur District Auto Rickshaw Drivers Union condemns the killing of the innocent civilians. DDA-DU's president stated that in solidarity with the victims, all the auto drivers will hoist black flags in their auto rickshaws on 7th December 2021.
My brothers can edo monte Assam rifle can bra murai dia bra ekte monduk lagi na amigan bidate tangan logo contribution dia se amigan kali that 7 te sob auto de black flag lago gone amigan edo decision luise asol do mohan do auto bi strike kole gurise hole bi edo student kan exam lagai se edo gani mohan edo na gurise hole bi every auto de mohan black flag logine berago gone sob ke janai dia se from 6 AM to 6 PM. This is very like Munduk laga se aro this is not should be happen again. Aji to ami khan la connect baras khan ke wa se hole bi kali to abla ghor de aro amla ghor de bi ai jabo e garni ami khan itu to strictly itu to ban hobo lage aro in future to happen na hobo lage.
That is all for now. Keep watching Nagaland TV for more news and updates.